Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Mark S.A. Smith, of Bija Company. All right, Mark, I want to know, and when it comes to closing your sales pipeline, how to accelerate the deal.
All right. There's two fundamental things we have to look at if we're going to accelerate the deal. Number one is our customer's internal deadline. Fundamental to sales. No deadline, no deal. You know that. I know that. Everybody listening knows that. But we forget to enforce that. No deadline, no deal. There's two types of deadlines. There's an internal deadline. That's one that's set by the customer, where if this project is not live, if it's not going, somebody's career is at risk. Somebody's going to be dead. And then there's external deadlines. And external deadlines are ones that we put on our customer. I tell you what, if you buy before the end of the month, I'll knock off 10 points. And of course, rarely does that accelerate deals. It frequently just means that we take money out of the deal. Not so good. So the first thing we have to do is understand and manage internal deadlines. And a lot of people ask the question, well, when do you need to make the decision? Not a good question to ask. You have to ask about implementation. When does this need to go live? When does your team need to be trained? What is it going to take to transfer over from the old system to the new system? So you ask questions around the implementation. Then what you do is work your way backwards. Okay, well, how long is that training time going to take? How long is that implementation time going to take? How long does it take for your team to say yes to a project of this nature? And that internal deadline then allows us to move up to where we need to make a decision sooner versus later. So track everything off the internal deadline, not the external deadline. That's number one. Number two is the way we speed decisions is by reducing perceived risk. And in one of our prior conversations, we talked about the 7 Ps of reducing perceived risk. I know you've gone back over that a couple times because there's some powerful ideas there. So we need to apply systematically the concept of reducing perceived risk. And by doing so, that speeds the consideration cycle, and that speeds the sales cycle. So reduce perceived risk and drive to internal deadlines. Both of those items can substantially speed your deals.
Got it. I learned a lot today. Thanks for being a guest on the show, Mark.
Always good to be here. Up-level your executive strategy skills, executivestrategysummit.com.
Got it. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.